Cheers. All right, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday night call. A little delayed. We decided to switch it over because I have one of my Pampered Chef besties and amazing advanced director with the Pampered Chef, Jamie Swanson, who agreed to do a little Zoom party for us tonight. She is the queen of Zoom parties. She's done in-home shows for 20 years now. And when COVID came, she's like, I'm still cooking for people. I'm still going to do this. So Chick would just set up in her own kitchen, do some Zoom parties. She'd take the food over to whoever was next door, and whoever wanted to eat it, she'd have food for the week, whatever. So I have actually been at her house multiple times when she was doing Zoom parties. And I'm just like, I'll just peek in. Y'all know I don't cook, but I'll sit here and watch. Even though I used to do the heck out of some in-home shows. So we have been talking about giving our customers something a little different, right? We've done in-home shows back, 4 years ago and beyond. We were doing in-home shows, and then when COVID happened, we really just got on board with doing virtual shows and having these things post, and we were just knocking them out of the park. Just so many shows, and our quantity was, we had so many people that wanted to book and so many people that wanted to join in the shows. We could easily book 6 or 10 shows a week, and then just people were buying. Well, now that COVID is kind of on the downswing and people are ready to get out of their house and see other people, they're not sitting at home behind their computer as much. So where, our pre-posting parties were always so easy for us to do before, and they really worked for people, it's not really as applicable today. Now, I'm not saying that we can't do successful virtual parties, because we can. We still have them. But I think right now, with the way, and we always have to look at what does the world need right now? And right now we need, one, gas prices to go down and food prices to go down. So actually this is perfect, the perfect scenario for us, because we can help people eat at home without having to drive to a restaurant and overpay, right? So we need to make sure that we are adding value to our shows, and we are really getting these products out there and showing people how amazing our products are. And they can only see so much in a catalog. A picture can only show so much. But you all, I could tell people about the deep cover baker all day long, but until they see me cook chicken in it in 8 minutes and realize it is not rubbery, chewy mess, it is delicious cut with a fork, people probably won't buy it. So the perk of us being able to show people live our tools in action is that they see it with their own eyes. And videos are great. We have been able to use, pre-recorded videos that the home office puts out, but maybe we need to ramp that up a little bit. Maybe we need to do some personal videos ourselves. And y'all, I used to hate doing video. I used to hate to be in front of people, having to talk, worried I'd make mistakes. But you know what? That's real life. And the more mistakes we make, they're just like, whoo, I'm glad I'm not the only one that messes up in the kitchen, right? It makes it real. And so I don't want to take up all the time just kind of explaining that, but I really wanted, to have Jamie on here and kind of show us, what have you done? How are you making this virtual thing work? I'm trying to figure out how in the world to make Jamie show her as the speaker. I was trying to switch it to speaker view, but when she starts talking, I'll switch it. Hopefully it'll switch over to her. But anyway, so let me give you a little bit of stats on Jamie. So I told you she has been with Pampered Chef for 20 years. You just celebrated your 20th anniversary, didn't you, my friend?
This coming Monday.
This coming Monday. 20 years. So listen, y'all need to listen to what Miss Jamie says, because she's figured it out. She's been through the ups and the downs and the ins and the outs, and she has a rocking business, and people love what Jamie has to offer. So she has done some regular Zoom parties, And she's done some with this cool bingo game that she's going to share with us too. And her party is just reading some of the numbers: 1,400, 1,200, 2,200, 500, 600, $1,800, all from Zoom parties. So Miss Jamie, I'm going to ask you to share with us all your knowledge, please, friend.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, it's just an honor to be here. And like Jennifer said, we've been friends for a long time. We've spent lots of time together, and I'm just excited. And she's exactly right. I've said, hey, you got to take your family out to the back porch because I've got a little Zoom party that I've got to implement in a few minutes. So she's not kidding when she tells you that. But I do live in Wilmington, North Carolina, which is where her sweet daughter goes to college. So she's one of my babysitters, and we all had COVID together, so she quarantined at my house. So I mean, that's the kind of friendship that we've got here with Mr. Nicholas. So anyway, but I do have 3 boys that are 14, 9, and 4. So prior to COVID, I was consistently doing 2 in-home parties a week, and that was just, that was what I needed to do to earn the trips, to earn the incentives, to make the money that I wanted to make with the Pampered Chef. Prior to COVID, I did kind of start easing into the virtual arena because I was, our family was just, our family schedule was so full, and I was starting to miss things like baseball games because you know what? You'll get a schedule 2 weeks ahead of that. I booked 2 months out. So anyway, I kind of tiptoed into that. But part of what I felt like I was missing in just the sitting down, having the, week-long party was my thumbprint on my party. Okay. So I was often going live in my parties. I was at the time running block parties. So I'd have like 4 to 5 hosts in the same group. They'd see the same party. Everybody had different shopping links. But every day I would go in with whatever I was making for snack, whatever we were cooking for dinner, because I felt like that was so important. And hands down, all of my surveys, they said what they loved the most about my parties was that they weren't just seeing it on the page, they were seeing it in action. So then I kind of moved over to doing, actually incorporating a Zoom party in, like, I do a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday were my actual party days. So on Thursday, I'd have like a Zoom link open just like you guys, and everybody would join, because the beauty was in them asking the questions that they really wanted, them seeing XYZ. And if they're like, oh my gosh, can you show me the, measure, mix, and pour, or whatever, I'd go get it and they could see it. And so my sales were excellent, with the things like that. So, but then I had people that just either A, weren't on Facebook, B, really wanted the cooking experience, especially during COVID, but they just couldn't get it. So I really mastered the Zoom party. So I'm going to give you some of the ins and outs of that. So in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you, I'm going to go into show mode. I've got all sorts of things. So you are going to actually see like a partial Zoom party. And then I'm going to give you all the like behind the scenes on how I set things up. I'll show you like my kitchen setup, because you'll see that I'm using my phone for better coverage, but I've got the computer over here so I can say like, Kelsey, oh my gosh, girl, I see that by the look on your face, it looks like this air fryer needs to be in your kitchen, or Diana, like, oh my gosh, so you've got the mix and chop too. And it was just that interaction and just the community that people were looking for. So a couple of different ways that I've done it, as I've just done it as a straight Zoom party. So where I make some recipes, and then I'm going to break down and tell you exactly how I do that. Sometimes I incorporate bingo, and you're going to laugh when I tell you how the bingo works, because it's really not bingo at all, but bingo gets people excited. And so we're actually going to play a quick little round in just a few minutes, towards the end. And then sometimes I do workshops, and that's going to be my suggestion to you. If you want to get people excited about, trying out a Zoom party, do something that is going to serve your customers, serve your friends. So some of the Zoom workshops that I do are pressure cooker workshops. Do you think I care if they've got the multi-cooker or the Pampered Chef quick cooker? Absolutely not, because there's more people that have an Instant Pot or another brand that's collecting dust. So who am I going to be if I help them come up with a couple of new recipes that are so simple? I'm going to be their hero. And guess what? The next time they need Pampered Chef, they're going to grab that number and say, you know what? She served me even when she didn't sell to me before. So that's one of the things. I do a lot of rock and deep covered baker workshops, because if people will say, oh my gosh, I've got that magic pot. I was going to make fajitas. and I've never used it. I need to dust it off. So we can certainly serve. And Jennifer, I've got like I record all of my like Zoom like workshops and stuff like that. So I am happy to share any of those workshop, past workshops for folks to check out, because it's just simple. And basically what you're doing is just you're extending, the invitation to, just to help them kind of just break it down into baby steps. And especially now that prices are so expensive. I've even done like a book shopping, so I teach people, pretty simple tips that, are no brainers to me. I'll go to Sam's and buy like all the chicken, all the beef, all the things, and then package it up. So I'm not running to the grocery store 3 times a week. So looking at my freezer and my pantry, like I can cook from that without any extra, weekly expenses. So people just love that. And when we can serve them, then you become a valuable person in their phone and on their computer. Okay. So some of the basics that I do with my Zoom party is, again, I do have my computer. So write this down. This is really important, because you know how sometimes when you have, like, you're trying to hop on Zoom and you get on another device and you get that feedback. So what I do is I start with my computer, start with my laptop on the bar, get Zoom going. That way I can, I can mute people from there if I need to, because sometimes you get those people that the dog's barking and whatnot. It's easier for me to do that, but I love being able to see the faces. So you want to mute yourself on Zoom. I'll move it, but I get rid of my video because nobody needs to see 2 Jamies, because that gets a little confusing. You're not sure which one to watch, and one's at a different angle. And then I also mute my computer. You've got to mute the computer, or that's where you're going to have the feedback. Okay. So there you go. So that's the first couple of things that you want to do. And then I have my phone set up, because that's at a much better angle. And then, sometimes it's at a better angle. Tonight it looked like I need a V8, I think. But you can see things a little bit better. Okay. And then at the end, I do like a little wrap up with a PowerPoint that I'm going to share with Jennifer. I told her that, it's just something I update monthly, and I'll share that with you guys. From there. All right. So your host coaching is super, super important, just like with any party. So like I really encourage people to over invite, because the disadvantage of a Zoom party, much like a cooking show, is if they can't be here at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night, they're going to miss it. Okay. And the majority of what I do is like standalone Zoom. I don't necessarily have a virtual party connected to it. Now, the last couple that I've done, I did create an event just so like it would give them the reminder. I could pop the specials in, I could put a couple of things in there, but I'm not super consistent on that. The very last one I did, I was telling Jennifer, my host is a military wife in England, and we had people in Arizona, like East Coast. So we had like 3 different time zones represented, and that was super, super fun, to be able to just have people from all over the place with that. But you really just want to over invite, because the last thing you want to do is get all of this stuff prepped and ready to go and have nobody to cook for, or have 2 people to cook for. But I'm going to tell you, even in the cooking show world, I do the same party for 2 people that I'll do for 22 people. And you just never know if one of those 2 people or those 22 people are going to be your next rock star host that's going to give you that $1,000 plus party, or your next director. Okay. So you give it 100%. Now, another thing that I do when I advertise for my Zoom parties is I do an on-time drawing. So if I'm starting at 8 o'clock, at 8:01, I usually get on about 8 to 10 minutes early, and I just like get in conversation. So I just start talking, with Susie and with Jill, asking them where they're from, different things like that. And I'll just use like a little roll of tickets. I write their name on there for an on-time drawing. The reason I do that is I want to value their time. You guys, I got people that've got to go to bed, things like that too. So by having them on and giving them that motivation to be on early, it's good. Everybody hears the instructions, right at once. Another thing that I try to do is, make sure in the instructions, that my hosts send out about getting on using the link and everything, is ask them to come in on mute. Now, it doesn't always happen, so that's why it's nice to be able, maybe even have a friend or somebody in your family to watch it, especially if it's a large group like this, because if they do start making a lot of noise, they're taking over your screen, and it's very, very distracting for the other guests. Now, in the very beginning of COVID, when people were just learning Zoom, it was a hot mess. I had these little old ladies that were screen sharing. I mean, they were taking over the screen. So I had to adjust some of the controls because they were trying so hard. But I'm like, why are we seeing your computer or your phone? so anything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong, but you just have to roll with it. You just have to have fun. All right, so let's talk a little bit about, and so when I do the drawing, it's usually for something like a Season's Best Cookbook, or something super simple that they can take it, that I can easily ship out, or send through the home office gifts. And then I typically do 2 other gifts towards the end, and I'll explain that. Now, how do I pick what I'm going to make? Now, usually I'll ask the host, just like, if I were doing an in-home party, what's on their wish list? I want to know, what they'd like to see featured. And sometimes it's stuff that, that's on their wish list, or it may be stuff that, they already have in their kitchen and they just haven't figured out how to use. So I really do tailor that. Now, I don't always pick like one full recipe, like a pasta dish or something to do. Typically what I'm doing are small little mini things. So tonight I'm going to just make a little small batch of chicken salad for you guys. I'm going to slice a pepper for lunch boxes tomorrow. I do have some Brussels sprouts I'm going to pop in the air fryer. So I'm going to show you just a great variety of tools there. I've got a potato for the rapid prep mandolin, and then we're going to make some cold brew coffee. So really none of that flows and goes together, but it's going to feature the things that just I want to feature. Now, it's typically, if the host is like, I don't care, I just want to see whatever, I'm going to feature the things that are this month's host special or next month's host special, because that's what I want. I'm working really hard to get those parties booked. What I chose tonight was basically what I had, to work with in the kitchen. I still haven't shopped for Puerto Rico. I still haven't really done a big thorough shopping. But anyway, so a lot of times what I am making though for the Zoom parties are basically like breakfast for the next day. Like I do these little sausage cream cheese things. I'll prep stuff for like a bunch of fruit. You can do so many things with fruit, and just things that my family's going to eat. So not only am I making money while prepping snacks and breakfast and lunch, I can easily pop it in the dishwasher. And the best part about this, you guys, is these Zoom parties are typically 45 minutes to an hour. So we like 1 hour and done. Does that excite anybody, especially after running week-long virtual parties? And listen, I got my virtual parties. I get my host in there over the weekend, but Tuesday's my pre-party, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday's my party, and then we wrap up on Saturday. Like I am short, sweet, and to the point. So if I can do it in an hour, that really makes my heart happy. So, all right. And then another thing that I try to do, especially if I am not using an event or a group, especially if it's just a standalone, is in the instructions, I have a call to action for the guests to either text me or send me a private message and give them the m.me and then your name on Facebook to send you a private message, with either, if we're playing bingo, with their bingo numbers, and I'll explain that again in just a few minutes, or for them to, they'll get extra entries into our drawing if they text me, 2 products that they'd like to see. Now, really, I am going to feature if they take the time to message me, but what I'm trying to do on that is get that conversation going. So I'm trying to get that conversation going with them to go ahead and start relationship building. And I tell you, the people that I can have chats with, that's typically who's booking parties with. Okay. All right. So you guys ready? Y'all ready to see a little action? All right. So I just would start with a little introduction. We'll do our little on-time drawing. Yay! It looks like Steve is our winner. Woohoo! I think Steve was the big air fryer seller. So go Steve. But anyway, hey you guys, I'm Jamie Swanson and I live in Wilmington, North Carolina. This Monday will be my 20th anniversary with Pampered Chef, and I am so excited to be here with you to show you some of my favorite things in the kitchen. My husband Jonathan and I have 3 little boys. They are 14, 9, and 4, and there's a real good chance that at least 2 of them are going to dart through here and cause a commotion before this party is over. So, but what I love about this business is the flexibility and that I could be mom first and work my business around that. Now, just by a show of hands, how many of you have never been to a Pampered Chef party before? Do you have any brand newbies? So any newbies here in the party? Woo, yay. Jennifer, yes, our host is brand new. She just trusted me with you guys. Now in the chat real quick, I'd love to see where everybody's from. So put the state that you guys are from so we can just do a shout out and see if we can make any connections with any, like Leah's from Florida. Awesome. So put that in there. All right, so we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. I'm going to show you a great variety of products, and I am going to ask you guys to stay on mute during my demonstration. However, we are going to have some great Q&A time, so write down some questions that you have, and whatever if there's other products that you're like, oh my gosh, I'd love to see, or oh my goodness, I've got the can opener, I have no clue how to use it. You're definitely going to have a time for that. So make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to give you 2 additional chances for prizes. So you guys ready? Excited? All right, let's get cooking. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is one of our favorite side dishes. It is a quick and easy little side dish that actually my middle son and I love to eat just like for lunch. We will just make some great little Brussels sprouts in the deluxe air fryer, and it irritates the rest of the people because Brussels sprouts have that smell that not everybody loves, but we absolutely love them. So how many of you have an air fryer of any type? You guys, it was a game changer when it finally came out. I was on the edge, ready to buy another air fryer, and I was like, "Thank you, Pampered Chef. I'm so excited that we finally have it." So this is one of my most favorite and most used products in my kitchen. I absolutely Pampered Chef hit it out of the park because all the research that I had done, basically Pampered Chef just dumped it into this one amazing thing. So this is something that I use, and I love to cook. I absolutely love to cook and cook all the time. But even for my friends like Miss Jennifer, who doesn't necessarily love to cook, it is just a blessing in the kitchen. So let me tell you what sets ours apart from some of the others on the market. You've got the option to air fry, you can bake, you can roast in it. You've got the option for a rotisserie, and you guys, it makes a beautiful rotisserie chicken and even a rotisserie pork loin. Love to do that. You can reheat, so perfect for things like hush puppies, shrimp, chicken, tenders, things that you can't normally do. We love to dehydrate, so we'll do pineapple, we do apples, and even beef jerky. Fantastic in here. But what I love about it is it is spacious. It is great for our family of 5, so I don't have to do multiple batches. So I can do 4 steaks at a time. I can do some veggies around those steaks. I can do 24 fresh chicken legs. They are just amazing. It does come with these 2 racks, and you guys have your dishwasher safe, so that is fantastic. It's a little drip tray, so that's handy for when you're doing something that's really messy. Now, one of the add-ons that I think everybody needs, I absolutely am just crazy about it, is the little drip tray. So I'm going to actually be using that with my Brussels sprouts tonight. Now, who loves Brussels sprouts? Do we have any Brussels sprout fans? Okay, good. So I think that this is pretty cool because so many people have multiple units, like maybe a rotisserie, maybe you've got a dehydrator, got a toaster oven, but this is just all in one. Again, like I said, many of my hosts get this as their 50 or 60% item, and Jennifer has the opportunity to get it this month at 60% off, which is pretty cool. All right, now this is another very used item in my kitchen. This is called the closing set. It actually comes in a set, so you get one of our color-coded knives. It's a chef's knife with that, and then these little plates have little springs in it, which is awesome. So they are adjustable, so you can do all sorts of things. So I love to do the Brussels sprouts. You can also do things like strawberries, cherry tomatoes, grapes. So again, I have a preschooler. You can't send grapes, full-size grapes to school because it's a choke hazard. And a lot of parents just don't have the time to deal with that. So I always send lots of fresh fruit when it's our snack week. Probably my favorite thing to do with this is like large, thick chicken breasts and even just the thick pork chops. So I'll go to Sam's or Costco, and especially you guys now, while prices are so crazy, so I can stretch my budget and make my food sizes more appropriate. So I can take one of those thick cut pork chops. They usually, I think you get either 6 or 9 in a pack, slice through them, and then they go right in the freezer. So we've stretched our budget and made our serving size appropriate. Same thing with chicken breasts, because my goodness, that those are just too big. And sometimes you're worried, like, oh my gosh, is this going to be done or not? All right, so those Brussels sprouts are in there. Your knife is here. So I just place the knife down, give it a squeeze, and then I am gonna saw right through them. Now, Brussels sprouts are not as easy as tomatoes, but boy, is it worth it. So now I've got wonderfully sliced Brussels sprouts that are going to go right in there. Let's do a couple of these smaller ones. Now, I mentioned that you can do chicken and pork chops. So you're going to love to know that this closing cut is top right dishwasher safe. So game changer in my kitchen for sure. All right, so we'll save those big ones for later. I didn't need to see that work out. So, all right, so there we go, easy peasy. So that was about a half of a package of Brussels sprouts that came from, I think, Trader Joe's or Aldi. So quick and easy, so pretty budget friendly. I like mine supercharged, so 18 minutes is the perfect time. If you don't like them quite as crispy, you can certainly dial that back. So play with it a couple of times. All right, kitchen spritzer, you guys, another super time saver, money saver, and it's way more friendly for the environment. So what you want to do is put your favorite oil in here to this line. What we're going to do is we're going to pump until we feel some tension. All right, so I have a good little amount of tension. Now we're going to get that aerosol effect without all those harmful chemicals and without paying about $5 for a can of air. So here's the important part. If you've had one of these in the past, we've learned a lot over the years. So what I love about this is that, there is a little bit of use and care and maintenance that you're going to want to know about. So every time you pump, spray, you're also going to want to release the pressure. So listen to this. You guys hear that? All right, so the way I tell people to remember this is every time you feed your baby, you got to burp it. Every time you use your spritzer, you got to burp it. So pump, spray, burp that baby, okay? And then you can store it. That's going to extend the life of it. Now, if you ever get to where you're spraying it and it's more of like a shooting rather than a spray, what you're going to want to do is take your oil and maybe put it in something like the silicone prep bowl, some kind of little bowl that you can easily pour back in, put some hot soapy water in there, and then go through those same motion. So you're going to pump, spray, and then it's just like changing the oil in your car, you guys, it takes a little bit of maintenance, but you will have this for years and years and years. We have a couple of these. I'm in the kitchen with a couple of different oils, and I even have, for those of you that love to stay super organized and clean, I've got some I think it's the Norwex like grease stuff. It's super expensive then concentrated. So I've got some of that in one of those. And so when I clean my air fryer or even my stovetop, I am not wasting all that stuff. So I'm using the kitchen spritzer for yet another use. I tell people, once you get that thing home, I don't care what you do with it. Let's just get it in your kitchen or wherever you need it. All right, another really fun and new product is the oil and vinegar dispenser. So this just has some balsamic vinegar, and you guys, I love this. I love it, love it, love it. So you've got the different measurements that you can do, because you guys, you will find out the more that you learn about me is I am not a baker. And the reason I don't is because I measure from my heart, and you can't do that with baking. So we do have some great measuring tools that I'll mention in a few minutes, but I gave it a squeeze, and then I'm just going to pour, we'll do a little bit more. But I'm not having to pull out a separate measuring tool for that. All right, so we're going to give it a little stir here with one of our mix and scrapers. This is the mini mix and scraper, which I think is perfect. So actually we'll put a little bit of salt and pepper here using our salt and pepper grinder, which is beautiful. We actually have 3 of these, one by the stove, one by the at a table, and one that's in my on the road show bag. So those are wonderful. All right, back to that air fryer mess catcher. And we're going to put it right on there. Now with our air fryer, it does suggest that you rotate the trays about halfway through, and you will get a little beep. 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to hear it if your house is as loud as mine. So I just kind of watch the timer on that. Being that this one is only going to have 1 rack, it's not quite as important, but I typically start low and then I'll move high because I do like that crispiness that's going to happen. All right, so I'm going to start on the lower option right here. I'm going to hit air fry and then just roll to the time that I want. So again, 18 minutes. And you guys, that is it. So simple, such a simple product to use. Okay, so I'm going to take a break out of show mode and just answer any questions that you guys had from that. But that's basically what I'm doing. They're just small little snippets. I typically don't get into something like super long and that's going to be drawn out because we want to keep people's attention. You know what I mean? I think I'm kind of like witty and whatnot, but you know, nobody's going to want to watch a, you know, like a 45-minute one recipe kind of thing. So you want to constantly keep them on the edge of their seat, give them some tips, give them some ideas, and just make them, you know, like just salivate for what you've got to offer. So, all right. So what are some questions that I can do? You know, lots of other things. I've got lots more planned, but
girlfriend, we are loving your
yes.
demo over here. We're blowing up the chat. I think you sold some closing cuts, some kitchen spritzers. You should go ahead and put the link out there. We'll be buying from you. I think my top seller wants to do a show with you. So
perfect. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I don't know about y'all, but I want to see more.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Absolutely.
I'll totally go into it. And okay. I only have one host at a time. So far I have because I've tried to make everything super individual, but you guys, like our time, like my time is so limited. Jennifer knows we host baseball players for our local college, whatever. I've got 2 teenagers that are moving into my house on Friday this week. So like you know, there's all dudes live here, like even the cat's a boy. So, you know, our schedule is crazy. So I think that is what I'm going to do, especially going into summer, is I am going to pick like a Thursday and a Sunday, or like a Saturday morning. And I'll tell you the times that I've found that have been really, really good. Now, Thursday nights seem to be good. That seems to be a good time for people to do it. I love a Saturday morning at 11. That seems to be really good before people get off to the, you know, just to all the things. Now, be careful, because if you've got like families that do soccer or Saturday morning sports, you're going to eliminate a lot of people there. So know your crowd, you know, work with your host to figure out a good time. 5 o'clock on Sunday seems to be a really good time. And, you know, around 7 o'clock on Sunday, I think, before, you know, people get too crazy getting into the week. But just like any party, you're going to make it. Like if you're excited about it, they're going to be excited about it, and your excitement's contagious. So you can make it work. But those are the times that I usually try to market. Maybe it's because that's just what works for me. So all right, let's see what else. So yes, I'm going to hopefully having more than one host. Okay. Oh, so look, everybody's going to get a new spritzer now. Y'all all thrown them away, and now you need a new one. so all right, so I will jump in. I tell you what, let's go ahead and play some bingo. So we'll play some bingo. Let me see which numbers I've got here. I think I've got 1 through 50. All right, so what I want everybody to do is grab a piece of paper, and I want you to write 5 numbers between 1 and 50. Okay, so it can be like 14, 7, 19, whatever. So just write 5 numbers between 1 and 50. Now, if most of my hosts do choose bingo because they like it, because it's kind of fast paced. It does, you know, give that extra little excitement. I've tried to do 3 bingo games, you know, in the Zoom, but I found that 2 bingo games will work. And then in my host coaching, it's even more reason for the guests to have to reach out to me. Okay. Now, just a little side note. Do I care what their numbers are? No, I don't care what their numbers are. What I care about is the relationship that I'm trying to build with them ahead of time. Okay. But sometimes you get people that have wonky numbers and it's like, sweetie, I'm not going to call 87. So let's break that up into 8 and a 7. Okay. Because we're not going to do it. All right. So now we're going to play, some Paper Chef Zoom bingo. And again, I told you we're using the word bingo lightly. There's no letters. It's just numbers. So I'm going to rapid fire call probably, 5 to 7 numbers. And then I'm going to jump in to showing you some products. Okay. So make sure we'll see. Make sure that your numbers look something similar to this game. We're just doing one game, but game one, so I've got 17, 5, 19, 22, and look, I only have 4. I was supposed to have 5, so I don't even follow my own directions. So just make that. If you hear me call your number off, just mark it off. The first person that gets bingo, please come off and shout bingo, because if there's just too much going on, we won't see it in the chat probably. So, all right, we're going to get going with our bingo game. And then I'm going to jump right into showing you some other products. There's something that I was going to use. All right, well, let's go. So our first number is 11, 14, 8, 15, 9. We're going to get from the back because they're all low numbers. 23. And 17. All right, so you guys may have seen this bowl that I was using with the Brussels sprouts, and I failed to mention it, but this is definitely a host favorite. Such a favorite in my kitchen that I have 2 sets of them. So they do come in a set of 3. I love the fact that it's got this little thumb hole. So not only is it great for when you're mixing things up, but you can kind of transition and hold when you're pouring things out. They do have measure marks on the inside. They've also got lids, so it's perfect for storing. And I love the fact that it's got a silicone bottom, so it doesn't slide all over the countertop. And having my boys cook with me in the kitchen is absolutely amazing. So we just have so much fun cooking, and anything to have a little more stability is fantastic. I was telling you about these awesome scrapers earlier. This is the mini mix and scraper. Love it. My personal favorite is the small mix and scraper. I bet I have 6 of these. And if I were to open my dishwasher right now, I bet there's at least 3 of them in there right now. What's so special about these is they're heat safe up to 650 degrees. So, sometimes you'll get one, you put it in a hot pan and it immediately melts. So you may pay a little bit more for ours, but you guys, you're going to have it for years. I love the fact that it's one piece. So you will not have to look in one drawer for the handle and one drawer for the head. As a matter of fact, I have a host that she was in my sorority in college. I do 2 parties a year with her, and I accidentally brought one of hers home. So if we have time, I may show you that in just a few minutes, because hers was not paper chef, and it's a science experiment, that's for sure. This month, our guest special, I'm going to tell you about the guest special in just a minute. So make sure you stick around until we get to the end, but are the classic scraper and the skinny scraper. So I think it's a skinny scraper. If it's a skinny mini, y'all let me know. But love these. So they're just good classic pieces to have in the kitchen. So you can choose one of these with an $80 purchase. You can get it for free. So I don't know about you guys, but I love free. Free 99 is my favorite. Now, one of the things that I adore about this one is it fits right in your mouth. So it is ideal for peanut butter, chocolate, and even balsamic vinegar. So there you go. All right, we're going to make a quick little chicken salad. My husband's at basketball right now, but he is going to want some type of snack once he gets home. So let me show you just a quick and easy chicken salad I love to make. Now, does anybody have the can opener? Oh my goodness. So this has definitely been a favorite of mine, but yeah, I will tell you guys, it has for years been one of our problem children. Y'all have one of those too? Anybody got a problem child, problem cat, problem dog? So, well, this is something that if you have not seen the official in-service on, you may be a little frustrated. So I am going to show you, and if you've got a friend that can't figure it out, I've got a YouTube video. So just let me know and I can send it to you. All right, so you're going to have your official certification after this. See these 2 little circles? You want those at a 90-degree angle on your can. And what I suggest is start at the logo, because what's going to happen is it's going to lift the sticky. Uh-oh. That balsamic vinegar's got me coughing now. Hang on. Woo! And stuff like that happens all the time. Like my smoke detector goes off. Jennifer's probably been here when the smoke detector's gone off. But you'll want to start at the logo. Let me flip these around. All right, so let me show you this. So I'll show you how these are looking so far. Not pretty? This looking good. I like them black. I like them like black. They're actually not gonna go that high because they're big. All right, so the last 9 minutes, and then by then we should be wrapping things up. All right, so I'm gonna start at the logo, and what's gonna happen is I want that at a 90-degree angle on the edge of the can. Once you can pick the can up like this, you are engaged and ready to go. Now you're probably thinking, well, girl, that thing has got a pop top. Why are you not popping the top? Now with chicken or tuna, it's probably fine. But if I'm using a can of chicken, a cream of chicken or cream of mushroom, and I pop the top and then put my handy dandy scraper in there, it's going to nick up the side. So you certainly can pick and choose what you do. Now we've already gone back to the logo, and I felt a little click. But to the average person, they're probably not going to realize that. So what I'm going to do is just go a quarter turn in the opposite direction to release. Now it's got this cute little thing. I call it a bird beak. And what it does is it lifts that right off. So there you go, easy peasy. Now what didn't just happen was that dirty lid from the grocery store did not go into my chicken. And then the little shards of metal didn't go all over, all in my chicken as well. All right, so here's a handy dandy little thing that you probably never needed. So if you've got a can of corn, what you would do is just put it right on there and just drain it. But with your chicken and tuna, what I'm going to do is put it flip side and then just give that a nice little squeeze. Okay, so there we go. So our chicken is ready. And that is a great little shortcut. We love canned chicken. Some people don't really, not a real big fan of canned chicken, but we love it. We use it for buffalo chicken dip, all sorts of things. So that is a great time saver. If you just keep those like keep it in your pantry in bulk, you can whip together like a chicken and broccoli braid, buffalo chicken dip, something like that if you kind of get in a pinch and not sure exactly what you're going to do for dinner. All right, so let's get back to bingo before we go any farther. All right, number 7. Number 4, 31, 47, 48, 41, 36, 35, and 28. All right, I told you I've got a cat, and he can smell the chicken, and so he's about to come out of the corners because I hear him meowing already. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is just really quickly, such a simple recipe that I'm going to do, but use the manual food process. Oh yeah, who had bingo? Do we have a bingo? Lauren, yay, girl, go girl. Congratulations. All right. So with Lauren being our winner, what would happen? I'd have her call off the numbers, not that it mattered. And then I'd write her down as a prize winner. And then we jump right back in there, and then we do our second game, once we were ready. Okay. So pretty easy, same kind of prizes. I'm going to send either a sample seasoning. You can buy those on the supply order. Those are very inexpensive to do that. I've actually tried to start using the prizes from the home office because kind of like my laundry, there is a long delay on getting stuff out of my office, so if I can just click that button, I may pay a little bit more, but it is out of my hair, and I don't wake up in the middle of the night saying, oh my gosh, I forgot to send Gina, that, XYZ. Which is, which totally happens. All right, so manual food processor, you guys, I love this. I refer to this as Manuel. He is my main man, my little helper in the kitchen on so many cool things. It's a 3-cup capacity, whereas this food chopper on my shirt, you guys, that is the reason I'm standing here 20 years later. I wanted the food chopper. It was in the new consultant kit. I spent $99, and you guys, other than my husband, that is the best decision that I've ever made. And you know what, that kit was a lot cheaper than my husband. So but the return on investment for him has been pretty good too. But love this. It's a 3-cup capacity, so I can just do so much, tons. I can do guacamole, I can make salsa, all sorts of things. All right, so we're gonna pop that lid on. I'm gonna do just a little bit of onion. All right, and then I'm going to pop that chicken in here. Now here's a little tip for you. If you're going to put something that might be a little bit wet, hold your finger over that blade, because you know, it just, sometimes you get food in there and it's hard to put the top back on. All right, so I'm just going to mix around a little bit, and holy smokes, that looks good. Quick and easy. All right, so I'm going to pop a little bit of mayonnaise in there. Now we can have a full-on debate about this. So we've got the Hellman's lovers, the Duke's lovers, you know, Miracle Whip people. So I'd like to put in the chat what you use at your house. I'd love to hear what you've got going on. All right, so we are going to mix that, and then you guys, my secret ingredient for my for this is just a couple of dashes of celery salt. I wish I could say it was one of the Pampered Chef seasonings, and I've used some of them, but celery salt's our favorite. So easy peasy, love it. Now, Pampered Chef does have some seasonings that are fantastic. We've got rubs. We've got just a full-on pantry line that I'm just crazy about. We yeah, love the beer bread, the brownies, and the cookies, all sorts of things. So love that. Did you guys see that I made chicken salad in about a minute and a half? Pretty easy. Okay, and then it does have a lid, so I'm going to stick that in the refrigerator and ready to go. So everything you saw me use, with the exception for the manual food processor, with the exception of this, is dishwasher safe. So I just put everything on the top rack. This little thing has gears, so you don't want to submerge it or put it in the dishwasher because it just would get wet. Now, in the event that somebody does, because sometimes your spouses, kids, sitters do put it in like a pan of water, just prop it up like this and maybe move it around. So for about a day and a half, just kind of rotate how that happens, pump it a couple of times, and you should get the water out of there. Okay. All right, so let me stick these in the refrigerator, and then we're going to open it back up for some questions, and I'm going to do my wrap up. And y'all, my Brussels sprouts are smelling so good. So good. All right, so if I weren't in like training mode, you guys would have seen tons more. And it's all quick and easy things. So 3 things I would have shown, you know, a knife, the scoop loop, and the quick slice on the pepper, really, you know, just for snacks. I would show the rapid prep mandolin, and I tell you, if you've got it, that is a great first just video to do. Like, create a video to put on your business page, your VIP group, put it in your party, because people are going crazy over that. Yeah, sell one, just sell tons of those because I'm excited about it. So, all right, what questions do you guys have? All right, so see, even though you guys weren't engaging and talking, you felt like you were, because I had the chat going, like, where are you from? You know, your favorite, you know, mayonnaise and things like that. So, host coaching, when do you start? So I treat it like a cooking show. So about 2 weeks out, you know, 2 to 3 weeks out, I will get my host excited, you know, just get them going, and they love it. They really crave the interaction. And even if your host is local, get them to come to your house. They love doing that. They love doing that, for them to come and cook with you. And the guest, I've done that a couple of times, and the guest didn't know, so it was a real shock and surprise for them to see their buddy cooking. But yeah, it just depends. I try any of my in-home parties, and especially if it's a past like in-home host. I still try to get them on the phone for at least one call. Same thing with table. Like, I'm trying to talk to them on the phone, because I feel like there's so much that I just need to explain that's going to be a little different, especially if they've done a Facebook party. And I'm in contact with them, you know, at least a couple of times. We're constantly talking about like how many people, and if they've got 2 people or again 22 people, I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, that is a great start. How many? Let's think about who else we can invite. The follow-up the day before is crucial. Just like a hair appointment or a dentist appointment, it might get forgotten if you don't do a reminder. So anyway, so that's good. But I usually have pretty good attendance. I think the smallest group I've had has been 5 or 6, and then I've had parties where it was a full page or more, you know, of people that we had on there.
So Jamie, you find probably the same as with cooking shows, that the people that attend a Zoom party, typically everybody buys. Is that correct?
Pretty much so.
Yeah.
Pretty much so. And then I have them work the outside orders too, like crazy, because people, and it's just a matter of getting in front of enough people. But I feel like the people that show up are committed and they'll do it. And like Jennifer said, my biggest Zoom party so far was $2,200. And I went, somebody asked about the batter scraper, and I'm like, do I even have that? And I walk across my kitchen to go look for it. And I came back, and this lady named Gwen was like, well, I'll do a party. And so my host right there, like when I was crossing the kitchen, booked 2 parties for me, like on the spot. So I was like, well, that was fun. And of course I tried to get her to join the business, and it just wasn't the time for her, but it might be a time to circle back around. So there's my crunchy crunchies. Aren't they delicious looking?
Awesome. This is great. I'm so glad that you
okay, let's see. What responsibilities your Zoom host have? Really just inviting, doing the follow-up, and staying excited. I just try to get them excited. And if they can do exciting, that is good. Leah, I can share, and I did a training for Nancy Joe probably a year and a half ago. And so I've got everything all together, like, what I do. And actually, let me see if I can. How like when you set up on Consultants Corner, you set up the party, and you can customize in the like in the field where it's like, come to a cooking show, or cooking show or whatever. I put all of, especially if I'm doing bingo, I put all of the information there. So I don't give them I give them the shop now, not the top one where you share it. It just sends them right to the shopping. It gives them all the details, like on, join the party, the date and the time. So it's all there. So it makes it really, really simple to do that. So how do I share the shopping link? So in the message that I'm asking my host to send out through text, email, and private message through Facebook, it's in everything that I send. So what I had sent to Jennifer in the beginning, it said, if you're ready to shop, you can do that. But I'm going to show you a fun little trick now. All right, do I have sharing capability? Jennifer, can you let me share? Because I do want to do my little wrap up for you. So I'm going to show you another really fun way to engage with you with your kids. Okay. Nope. It still says it's disabled.
What is going on? I have you as co-host. It's.
I may have to accept. Do I have to accept something?
I don't know. They've changed a lot.
A girl, that's the truth. Oh, you know what? So here's what it is. It's because you gave my phone. So I'm going to come off of the phone, and then I'm going to.
Well, what name is she under here?
Jamie. It's under Jamie.
Well, I'm not. Okay. You're just mixed in there somewhere else.
Yep.
Where are you? Okay. All right, here we go. Make co-host. There we go.
Okay, perfect. All right, so what I have at the very end is, after we kind of go through probably about, 30, 35 minutes of demo time. I'm actually going to stop sharing for just a second. I do say, all right, you guys, let's, tell me some things that you want to see. Like I want them to, talk about some of their favorite things or things that they want to see. So if I can get people on early, that's when we're talking about their favorite items and stuff, because you know what, they're going to sell it way faster than I am. The people, the guests are going to expect me to sell it to them. They're, not going to, if Jerry says, oh my gosh, you have got to have the XYZ, people are she's going to have more value than I do. So, and then, how many of you have liked when I've called your names tonight? Like, just call you out. People love that. Do that. That's why you want the screen. So the more you can call people's names, make them feel special. I find that you are building that relationship. So when it's time to check out, you're going to be good to go. As far as creating a relationship.
Okay, so let's go to my little PowerPoint. I will share this, and I think I can share it like so you can edit it. I told Jennifer, I was like, I am no marketing or like techie. My Canva stuff is a disaster. So this is not a fancy PowerPoint, but I hope it gives you some inspiration on like how you can make it even better. But I just simply say thank you guys for joining Jennifer's party tonight. I hope you found this hour valuable. I hope you found some tips and tricks that are going to make mealtime a little bit easier for you. So I mentioned my precious little family, and each one of these guys, thank you for supporting me in my business, because it's for my customers and my host. Each and every one of you is the reason that I get to stay at home with these boys. I've been home with them all 14 years that I've been a mom. I've got a little sunburn today because I was at field day. I've got lunch and parties and field trips all the rest of the week. So I get to do that because Pampered Chef allows me to have that flexibility. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I did mention that we have a guest special this month. So our skinny scraper and the classic scraper is yours for free with an $80 purchase. So you get to choose that. Now, another thing that I meant to mention in the demo was our avocado knife or avocado tool. You'll be able to purchase one of those, and $1 of that will go to our American Cancer Society. And typically I would go into a little more detail with that. Who loves free shipping? All right, so with $150, you guys, and I guarantee you saw more than $150 that you'd love to have tonight. So you're going to get free shipping when your purchase is that much. All right, so if you saw all the things that you must have, let's chat a little bit more about hosting a party of your own. My average host earns about $190 in free product. You guys, that is not bad for getting some folks together, whether it be on Facebook, through Zoom. I have a 15-minute express party. Just so many different options. If you're in my area within an hour of me, I will come to your house and you can eat those Brussels sprouts or whatever we cook. But it's just a great way to get some of those big things off of your wish list. The Mayho special is amazing. You can choose from those select pieces of cookware you see at the top. And once your party is $650 or more, you can choose a second item at 60% off. And you guys, that air fryer that I used tonight, I think it's around like $115 that hosts can choose that. And that's what everybody has chosen so far. They love that in the Rock Rock. So, all right. So if this month you got a little bit too much going on, don't worry. June may be the month for you, because our host is our most popular host plan or host rewards month of the year. So once your party hits $650, you're going to get double free. So that is incredible. So think about it. 1 hour of your time through a Zoom party and you can fill that kitchen. So I would love to help you earn $300, $400, $500 worth of free product. And then check out those selections that you can get at 60% off. My personal favorite is that the double burner grill pan. So family of 5, we can do fajitas. We do, when Jennifer was here, we did hibachi, so many delicious things that you can make with those. So, and here is what is really fun. So Jennifer is actually going to get to take advantage of some rewards when you host a party of your own. So she'll get a 40% item at your party. So her rewards are going to continue, which is absolutely fantastic. And my goal is to help her maximize her rewards. So when she gets 3 bookings, and I have a feeling that's an easy peasy for us to do tonight, 3 bookings, she's going to get a $50 credit, like a coupon after that third party is held. So I'd love to go ahead and get those parties scheduled so we can make sure Jennifer maximizes her reward. And Jennifer's going to get a 10% discount for the next full year, which is awesome. So 10% off of any order. And it doesn't even have to be on my party. She can go to her neighbor's party and she's going to get 10% off, which is awesome. So the party that Jennifer's having is what's called a host rewards party. So she's getting the free items. We also do wedding showers, fundraisers, and I have a new party style called shared rewards. So I'd love to chat a little bit more about that if you're interested. Now, check this out. If you didn't learn anything else tonight, I hope you've learned in the last 1 hour how much I love what I do. You guys, they're paying me to hang out with you guys tonight. And I'm going to eat some yummy chicken salad and Brussels sprouts. So not a bad deal. But we do have 5 amazing kits for our new consultant. So you could get started for as little as $49 with the 2 of our summer kits that are amazing. So those are $49. You can choose from a skillet bundle or a cool and serve bundle. Guess what? Jennifer, if she decided to use her rewards from this party, she could start for absolutely free if she chose one of those top 2 kits, which is pretty amazing. Now you can check out the other kits. And if you do have some more questions about this, I'd love to send you some information just to kind of just take a look. It's information, not obligation. Just because you have some questions doesn't mean I'm going to ask you to seal the deal. It's just, I'm checking things out. My favorite by far is that ultimate kit. You guys, you're going to get over $1,100 worth of products and just some incredible things. Many things that I use tonight, including that air fryer or the deluxe grill and griddle or the blender. So you can choose one of those, which is amazing. The best part about it is take it on a couple of dates. If you love it, marry it like I have. If not, dump it. Look, you're going to have some great baggage after you've qualified, and you are going to want to qualify because we are giving our amazing brand new deluxe multi-cooker as our fast track reward for anybody that does $12.50 in their first 30 days. Here's the thing about it, you guys. My average new consultant does that in about 2, maybe 2.5 parties. So we're going to get that in your kitchen in addition to all of those things in the kit, which is fantastic. Now I can send this other little flyer over to you so you can check out a little bit closer, but those are the things that Pampered Chef is just giving you, patting you on the back for doing a good job in your first 3 months, which is incredible. They're smart. They know if you get off to a good start, your business is going to keep going. And you guys, I am the ultimate carrot chaser. So give me all the things. So I don't know about you, but that makes me excited. All right. So the last thing I'm going to do is here's the third way. We forgot to do the second way that you can win a prize. But the third way that you're going to be able to win a prize tonight is shoot me a text. So my number is 910-538-7739. So if you shoot me a text by 10 o'clock tonight, I'm going to turn around both Jennifer's shopping link and a survey. So it's just a little Google survey, and it's going to help me to help you. So you're going to just tell me, how I can help you with product suggestions, maybe if you're interested in hosting a party, learning more about the business. And I'll do a drawing tomorrow at noon. So make sure you text me by 10 o'clock tonight so I can turn that around to you. And then you'll go into the drawing for that. So again, it's 910-538-7739. And while you're sending me that text, make sure you program me as Pampered Chef Jamie. Okay. So next time, like when you're using a product or need some recipe suggestions, you're like, oh my gosh, what's that Pampered Chef lady's name? You just think Pampered Chef, and then it's going to come up on your phone as Pampered Chef Jamie. So there's my song and dance, you guys. That is what I do.
We loved it. I
thought about like 3 other things. I'm like, oh gosh, I'll have to do another one to share with you some of the other fun stuff that I do. It's like during Zooms.
Yep, I got you 4 bookings, so we're ready to go. I got my $50, got you some bookings, we sold you some products, we are good to go.
That is good. All right, so we've just got a catalog show between the closing cuts and the spritzers. Yes. So,
Jamie, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You have to look through all the comments. Everybody was loving it.
That's good. But really, you guys, just the biggest thing is just to have fun. Just absolutely have fun. Just have fun. And a little bit of confidence goes a long way. Being in front of the camera, it may be a little intimidating, but I'm going to tell you, if they come to your party that's just posted in Facebook and mine with a bunch of videos and Zoom, what do you think? Who do you think they're going to be attracted to? The person that, is just given that personal touch and, so many things. So think about it like that, so just start small, do a little video here and there. It is going to make the biggest difference, you guys. We, especially in the culture that we're in, we have to stand out. We just have to stand out. So find that, 3 different products that you absolutely love, do a 1.5-minute video and pop it in your parties and just grow from there. But practice for your family, and you would not believe the crap that I do that is wrong all the time. Like I just make all kinds of mistakes and stuff, but I just laugh it off and say, you guys, I am pampered, not perfect. Good thing I am the boss. Nobody's going to fire me.
That's right, girlfriend. Oh my gosh, I love it. It makes me miss doing cooking shows. So I might have to get back in the game a little bit.
Listen, I'm gonna do. I know this is not part of my gig tonight, but I'm going to do a plug for a cooking show. Last Wednesday night, I did a party. It was one neighborhood over for me. My husband plays basketball, so I had to get a sitter. So there's money going out there that way. But you guys, people are loving being back like in the kitchen. My first, and I did the Mexican quinoa bowls. I did grilled chicken using the grill pan because I'm trying to get people excited about the next month's special too. And I made appleberry salsa, super, super simple. My first order that came up was $5.76. Like she placed the order right then. She wanted everything that I used, plus several things because she's building a pool. My second order that came in online was like $5.50. So the first two orders were over $1,000. Because I mean, everybody got the rock crock. They were buying the rapid prep mandolin. My next order was over 150. So she's got 4 orders so far, and we've got 2 more people that I'm pretty sure are going to order. But it's over a $1,400 party. Just 4 orders.
Yeah. I'll tell you all too, just from my experience, the average order on a cooking show is double than what a virtual show is. They really are. So I feel like even with the Zooms, and you all, Jamie and I were just where you are before. We were very nervous doing our first shows, our first demos. We made messes. We made mistakes. We said wrong things. We didn't know answers to questions. It's okay. We are real people, and people like to see that we're real. It's okay. Do a video, have your kids in it. How many people, I can't even tell you how many times I had a naked kid running behind me, or the camera fall flat on his face, or me dump a cake. It happens. People like to see that you are real. So yeah, just do what Jamie said. Do a little quick, small video, try there, put that in your shows, upload it to YouTube where you can share it in all your videos, and people see that you are a person. And when they feel like they know you, they want to help support you and grow your business.
Yep. Yeah, because I'm all about making connections. And then what happens when they send me the text, because I've saved my number several times. There I am again, chatty Kathy. I'm chatty Kathy. I'll send them the link, but what I'm going to do is, and I don't jump for the booking right away or ask them about the business. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what did you love? Like, what was your favorite? Like, how can I serve you? Like, do you have some things that you need some recipes for? So I'll send them some deep peppered baker recipes or whatever they need, because I want to serve them before, I try to sell to them.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a relationship business. It really is. And that's one thing that I give Jamie kudos on, is she's always, her people are her friends, and they are so completely loyal to her. They're with her one time and they're with her forever. They are loyal customers because she really does care for them. So that's what, I really want our team to be, is a serving community that helps solve problems. So I know we are over time, but oh my gosh, Jamie, we were so enthralled by all. We need a part 2. I'm just saying.
I can do it.
We're going to schedule a part 2. So just a couple things, housekeeping things for our team. We're going to be back on Monday. Next Monday, Leah has another guest special that is another guest speaker that it's, again, we're real people, right? We mess up. She has another guest speaker that is going to be speaking next week. And then Lauren, that won the bingo, is our PC logo winner. So Lauren, make sure you message me your address and I'll get you your happy mail out for being on the call. Congratulations. And one other thing, if you loved the call tonight, I want you all to go on our team page and tell people why you loved it and why they need to watch the playback. And everybody show Jamie some love in the chat. She is amazing. I love her. I'm so thankful for you sharing with us so selflessly tonight. If I can even get my words out. I need like a real beverage in this cup. You want to mix me like a fireball or something in here? All right. Jamie, thank you so much. Everybody, any last questions or anything before we?
Yeah, any last questions? But I'll send over everything, like how what I send my host to invite. And another thing that I'm really good at doing is taking pictures of the food and stuff after, maybe like before I start with everything prepped, and I'll put it on my business page. You guys, I don't have a VIP page, but I have a very active business page. So I'll do it there, and people are kind of like, tell me more about the Zoom party. So I'm constantly trying to just keep it in front of them. So. And I have an anniversary party that's coming up soon. So if anybody wants to see a real live one in action, you're welcome to join, Jennifer. I'll send you the information.
You're awesome. You're awesome. We can act like real customers and
Exactly. Be like, oh my gosh.
Get excitement going. So real quick, Jenny asked, how do they place an order and how long do you keep the party open for?
Yeah, I typically, so every communication that the host has given them prior to the party, they're sending them the shopping link because, I want them to be on Zoom, but I really just, I'd like for them to order. So they're sending that. And then everybody that I get a text message from, they're going to get the shopping link and the survey link. And I'll send I have a Zoom survey link. I have a workshop survey link. I have virtual party. Like I've just got survey links for different things. And then those are the people I market when I'm like, oh, I need some Zoom parties. I just work back through those surveys. So
nice. Awesome. So we want all the information. You can send it to me. I can get it out to everybody. So thank you, friend. I love you. And everybody have a great Wednesday night. See you.
Bye, guys.